Hi guys, this is Day FX Hunter with my Forex market preview for this week. It's already Monday. I didn't do the Forex market preview during the weekend because I was pretty busy. However, I did my analysis, but I didn't record the video. So let's start as usual with the dollar index. As we can see, after this strong sell-off, we are now sitting on the weekly demand, and we broke this daily trend line, and now we are consolidating, moving on the sideways between these highs and lows. And I believe this daily demand will work, and it will push the dollar higher. So now it's not much going on the dollar. It's still moving the sideways. Euro is going up against the dollar, and I believe it will continue till the dollar will drop lower here to this demand, where the institutions will be interested in the getting longs, and we will see the push up the higher. If we look to the dollar index from the weekly time frame, we can see from the weekly time frame we can see that we actually we broke this 3 years low, and now we are sitting here on this weekly demand. So I believe there will be a big correction up before the dollar will continue lower. So for now I'm long. I'm waiting for the dollar to get stronger, and to get my positions where I'm actually buying the dollar against other instruments to get into the profits. So now let me switch to the gold. Gold is exactly reacting on what is happening on the dollar index. So what do we see on the gold? We see that we've been actually for the cup from the January, from the second half of the January, we are actually in this distribution phase. Yes, market was driving strong uptrend, and now it's creating these distributions. What is distributions? Actually, the institutions are offloading their positions. They closing the longs. This is why they moving up and down in this range. It's for the reason because they have big positions and they need to sell it to someone, and they of course don't want to sell. If they sell all their longs here, the price will drop down. They will manipulate the price down very quickly, and the thing is that they actually cannot sell all positions here. They need to create the liquidity, so they moving market up and down, and they sell another longs, sell another longs, sell another longs. And I believe this is the one of the last push ups and higher to this monthly and the daily demand zones as well. Here we have the weekly trend line, which might be respected, and I believe from here the market will drop lower as well. We can see that on this COT data that they are actually offloading their positions. You can see that they're reducing longs from the 273, 251, 257. Again they push it up higher, 251, 222, and now they are 223,000 longs. And as well they adding more shorts. So you can see that last week from the last week they added like 13,000 shorts. So I believe they're building the positions for the shorts. And when the dollar gets stronger, I believe it's gonna be soon, I'm expecting the market to drop lower here to this weekly demand zone, to retest this weekly trend line as well. And I believe this is the place where the institutions will be interested into getting into the game. So yeah, unfortunately I had two positions and I get the stop loss here, I get stopped out here. However, now what I'm gonna do, I will wait how the market will behave around this area. If it will breaks and will continue higher, which I don't expect that it's gonna happen, and if it will be some just head fake to take the stop losses of the traders which are shorting here. But if this happened, I will not be interested in the longs. I will still wait. But if this trend line will be respected and market will be going lower, I will add some positions again for the shorts, and I will be looking for the shorts. So I'm actually now I'm waiting. So let's see what's gonna happen. Aussie, Australian dollar, we can see that we just arrived into this major support, which is this 5 years point of control. This is very important support, and as well it's in confluence with the demand and with the daily demand and 4 hours demand, and so I'm interested in here to get in the longs, and I actually already have placed the trade, and I believe that the market makers will take this price lower, but I take this risk. I still believe that the market will go lower, but I'm already have a pending buy limit here, and what I will do, I will accumulate more positions because I believe if we look to the COT data, look at this change from the 38,000 longs, they switched to the 53,000 longs, and as well they reduced shorts from the 39,000 to the 35,000. Yes, so the overall exposure changed from the 49% on the longs and the 51% shorts, they switched to the 60% longs and 40% shorts. So this is the institutional signal for me, and I'm adding small position here and around 0.768, and if the market go lower, I will be interested to add another position lower, and I have stop losses below these demand zones, which I believe they will hold, and I believe in the long term run up into the weekly supply zone around 0.8 area. So why I'm targeting this, and why is all this place like that? It's because the CFTC report data is very important things for me. But as well, if I see the volume accumulating here, as well we have this weekly trend line, which will be respected, I believe. So there is a lot of things which tells me this could be a good trade, and the risk reward is very nice, and if the trade works and be going higher and removing these supply zones, I will be adding more positions. So yeah, this trade will not obviously happen in 1 week. It will take a couple months, but I don't have a problem to hold the positions because on the Aussie US dollar we have a positive swap. So I will be actually paid to be in the position. So this is why I will do that. It's a nice opportunity, this one. Euro USD, we have a very similar scenario as on the gold. So we could see that last end of the last year we had this amazing uptrend, and now we are moving the sideways on the daily time frame. Yes, as well we are in this consolidation phase. Yes, and what is going on here? Something similar as on the gold. we are going sideways. The intraday traders, they are buying lows, selling highs, so they probably making the profit here till one day the market will break through this area, and it will punish them. Okay, so obviously we don't know what happened next. Never we know. We never can be sure with any trades. But what I do see here, if I'm watching the volume that the market makers are interested, they have high activity on the highs, and as well, if I look to the COT data, they actually are reducing their long positions and adding more shorts. So I believe the market will drop, and it will drop a lot. It could drop to this previous accumulation point of control, which is from this accumulation. Yeah, so I believe it will come there into this supply of this into the demand of this previous accumulation. Yeah, so we have actually the accumulation, we have a trend run markup, and then we have a distribution, and this is the profit taking theme of this distribution, what is going on here right now. And yeah, so now the market is going higher, and it's actually creating the pain of all the sellers. And it's I believe they're trying to convince the retail traders that the euro USD is bullish. However, they adding more shorts and reducing longs. So I believe that this could happen, that the market could nicely drop down. Pound dollar, there is something similar as a euro. What I do see here, we had a nice run up, and then the profit closing. So I believe I'm still waiting for this drop, which I believe could happen, and the pound could go to 1.36 or even lower. I believe it could come back into this area of this accumulation where was the high volume traded. So let's see what's gonna happen. If, of course, possibly it could break higher, and I will be stopped out. It can always happen, but I don't have a problem with that, because if I don't take any risk, I never can make any money. So yeah, so let's see. We are now in this daily supply zone. We have as well the big volume traded here, you can see. So I believe these positions and this supply zone where the institution traded, and look at this departure from here. So I believe this resistance, these two resistance zones can work, and it could take us lower, I'm sorry. Kiwi dollar, very similar chart on the daily chart, as well the profit taking theme, and market is going higher now. But however, this is more like a sideways. I don't see, if I look to the COT data, I don't see I don't have any clue what is going on here. However, I believe market could drop lower when the dollar strength come in the game. But I have this trade, but as I have the note here, the potential short based on the strong USD, so it needs confirmation and previous strong bearish candles. So I'm not sure about the shorting it yet. I will see how the market will behave in this area. Dollar Japanese yen. So what do we see on this chart? This chart is this pair is in the strong downtrend for last couple of 3 months. JPY pairs are strengthening as I was expecting. However, I closed my trades somewhere around this 107 areas. Yeah, I closed it here on this low, so I could still be in the trade, but I'm not. But this is happening sometimes. Okay, so the after this strong sell-off, the chart is the pair is coming into this strong demand zone. I call it Donald Trump region. So this is the region where was the American wars and Donald Trump win the wars, and then this crazy uptrend happened. And so we are now in this strong demand zone where I believe we could see potential reversal. And why I observe this is as well because the COT data, I can see that the institutional traders they hold big amount of the long trades, and they're still adding more, while they're adding as well the short trades. Why they do that? Because they probably want to push price even lower, where they could be adding more longs and close shorts, which would cause the move up. So I already have opened the long trades, and but I see the potential to move lower, so I added another short trades which I will hedge. And if I will see more bullishness, and the COT data will tells me that they adding more longs as well and closing shorts, and I will see the momentum shifting, I will do the same, and I will go up with them with my trades, and I will add more positions on the runs up. So this trade obviously not gonna happen in the 1 or 2 weeks. It's gonna be for a couple of weeks as well, even the months. And I will be adding more positions on the longs. And as well, there is a positive swap on the USD JPY, so I will be as well even taking the advantage of the positive swaps. You guys might now asking why I'm doing this, and the reason is this one. I just found that following the banks, what they doing, and doing the long-term trades, value can add more positions and hold the trade for a while. It's in the end more profitable if you compare it with the day trading. In the day trading, you sitting by the computer whole day, you watching the charts, you looking for the trades, you looking for the signals, and you have winning trades, losing trades, winning trades, losing trades. Yes, so you time to time win, time to time lose, but in the end you paying too much to the commissions for the broker. You as well the facing the psychology obstacles, you as well the facing a lot of losing trades or winning trades. But in the end, this is like a zero-sum game. So I just started to look at the markets a little bit differently, and I'm trying to follow the institutions. And I did my analysis of what they doing, how they behave, and I found some patterns, what they doing with their positions and how it's affecting the market. So I was actually starting to do this on the beginning of this year, and in my per my like a backtesting analysis, I found something which tells me when the market reverse, and as well as I have the exact dates when they adding positions or when they closing them, and I see their exposure, if they're more to longs, or and their net positions, open and net positions interest. So I just found something which tells me more, and I'm more confident in the trades, and I believe it will make me more money, because okay, I couldn't trade it here. Let's say, as I said, yes, I started to observating this on the beginning of the year when we've been in this downtrend, and I couldn't enter the trade yet because I wasn't sure that it's coming. Now I see that it's coming, and I found areas. Actually, I didn't found. I found this is not like my personal development. This is just the supply and demand theory, which works if is it applied correctly, and if you understand the market dynamics, and if you connect it with the with the volume, which as well tells me a lot of information. So then I think I can predict the market reversals pretty correctly. Of course, not exactly on the 1 pip, but on this with this higher time frame trading, we have bigger distances to the stop loss. But this is now on the Aussie and on the USD JPY. This is now the first trades where I'm actually seeing this opportunity, and it works very well on the past, and now this pattern is happening again, and I will take advantage of this. And if it will work as I expect, it's gonna definitely change my view of the trading, because as I said, in this intraday trading, that's crazy. That's you actually, the lower time frame you trade, the more difficult is your opponent, because on this daily time frame there is a lot of high frequency trading, machines trading. So you actually not trading against the people, you trading against the machines which wants your money. And as I said, this trading is more comfortable, which I'm planning to do now, and I believe as well more profitable. Yeah. USD chef, I have analysis of this chart, but what I decided, I don't like something on the chef pairs. This is okay. The COT data tells me that there is a potential longs coming in, so I believe that the market could come to retest this supply zone and try to break higher again, as well in confluence with the strong dollar. So I just believe I'm just waiting till the strong dollar will come back again, and it will move the market higher. But however, I decided that I will not trade too many pairs. I will be watching just the couple pairs and waiting for the right opportunity. So I decided to do one thing, that I will reduce the pairs which I'm trading, as well which I was doing the analysis, because what I was doing, I was actually watching 4 time frames and watching over 25 pairs. So 4 time frames and 25 pairs, you are actually analyzing 100 charts. 100 charts every week. I was doing the analysis. This is crazy. I mean, I believe I do good analysis, and but the problem is that I actually planned the trade, but I didn't take the trades because I was doing too many analysis. I planned too many trades, but I just can't manage it. This is impossible to manage too many trades, because I don't wanna live for the trading. I wanna trade for the living. Yeah, so I want to do something else as well. This is why I decided to trade. Because I wanna be free. I want to do my hobbies. What I do, I like to go to the gym. I like to do kite surfing. I like to do a lot of stuff around. I want to have a free time with my girlfriend, and I don't want to be sitting always by the charts. Okay, of course, I love the trading as well, but I'm not gonna sit all day with the charts. So I just reduced the pairs which I'm trading. Of always, I'm watching the all time frames, but I'm planning the trades just on the one time frame now, and it's daily. It's my mainly time frame, and of course I'm watching the weekly, monthly, and 4 hours as well. This is my sequence of the time frames to help me do the decisions as well. But yeah, as I said, I will reduce that, and I actually start to speak about it because USD chef is one of the pairs which I don't want to trade. So I decided to do one thing: I will not trade CF Swiss franc pairs. I'm watching them, I'm watching this pair, but I will not take a trade. So what do we have done? So now this is the US dollar, Canadian dollar. What do we have here? So if we look to the, what I like on the daily time frame, that you actually don't have to check the weekly, because you just scroll the chart, and you see the weekly as well, and but only in the little bit different zoom. So what do we have here? Let's go back. We had the down move, then we moved higher with this consolidation. Then we moved lower, bullish accumulation, moving up, and now where we came here into this weekly demand and weekly supply zone, and 4 hour supply zone, which is rejecting the market now and moving it lower. And what I believe that's gonna happen is that there will be potential retest of this area, because there is as well the monthly downtrend line and this weekly supply zone, and this is where I believe the market will come back again. So there is a potential trade. Of the 300 pips up when the strong dollar will come back to the game. So I'm waiting patiently now. What's gonna happen? Per the COT data, the overall exposure is 50%, and the institutions are adding longs and adding shorts as well. So they actually hedging, yeah. So now when is it 41 to 59? It's per the last week, and 60-40. So it's more on the short side. However, it was this data representing actually this area when they added more shorts to move the market lower. So I believe it will go up again and to retest this area. So let's wait how the market will move. There is no signals right now for me. Aussie cat is we had a nice trade actually on this Aussie cat. There was one of my trade on this long term, and we saw it my clients in the signal service. We've been in this trade, and we made over 600 pips on this particular trade. So we had one trade here, another trade here. It wasn't so good entry, but we added another trade here, and we hold them till I think we close them somewhere around this 0.8, 0.9, somewhere here we close them. So now is the market is rebounding from the weekly and daily supply zone, which are nested, and I believe that the market will come to retest again. So I will wait now how the market, what the market will do here, and I will be interested in enter the market the lower, because what we have I expect the strong Aussie and the US cat as well. I expect the weaker, so strong Aussie, weaker cat, move up. So let's see. Aussie yen is downtrend, strong downtrend, and now the market is actually it broke through this demand zone and is actually retesting that zone again. And I believe it will go lower because to this Donald Trump region demand. Why I think it will go there? Because as I said, the Aussie, the institutions are adding the longs, and they expect. I believe that they will manipulate the price lower, where they potentially add more longs on the Aussie. And USD JPY is coming lower again as well to this region. So weak Aussie dollar and weak dollar yen will cause this move lower, where they potentially add more trades. But if but I'm not gonna take the trade now down here because there is still some pips. There is still a lot of pips, and there is still something like 200 pips. But I'm not gonna short the low here. If the market comes up to retest this area, this strong supply zones and this bare volume support, why I call it like this is because the look at this volume which was traded in this area, so it's gonna be very supportive, this region. So if the market comes higher before it reach this Donald Trump region, then I will short it. If it will go down, I will be start to looking for the longs, for the long-term reversal as well, because then I expect the Aussie dollar to be strong and dollar yen to be strong as well, and in these confluences this one could go up. Aussie New Zealand dollar, I see now that we are breaking through this demand zone, so I have to change, I have to update it, so I will update it. I will update this one like that. So this is how I updated it. It looks like that it's broken, and I know it's broken. So while we are now breaking through this area, it's a little bit what I was expected. So now I'll be looking for this chart, and I will start to accumulate positions for the longs here. So I will actually put the signal here, the alarm. I want to add the alarm, and when the market reaches here, I will be waiting how it will behave here, and I will receive the alarm, and I will start to looking for the longs. So Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, we have very strong sell-off, and here is the two scenarios. Now the market is in the middle of nowhere. I mean, no, it's not middle of nowhere, but it's out of my interest. So if the market comes lower to the Donald Trump region, I will start to looking for the longs, because I see some volume is coming inside, and it could be potentially the bullish volume for the potential move up, and if the market comes same as the Aussie yen, if the market comes first to retest the supply zone, then I will be interested in the shorting it lower. So again, it makes sense, yes. So if as I said, the US CAD up, and USD JPY up, that will move the Canadian dollar JPY up. Euro Z still going up, in this strong uptrend. I had the stop loss on this trade, on this pair, and now I will not enter any trade till I will see some nice signal. So we are now in the monthly and daily supply zone, which is the nested here. Nested means that the one supply zone is in the another one, so this is like a double stronger support, and I will see how the market will behave here. So if they will break higher, then I will be potentially looking for the longs here, because the markets, I don't say it's happening always, but it could make like a uh, uh, like a double top again. Let's call it, it's called double top, but I don't like the formations too much. But the thing is that if it drops, if it breaks, I believe that the market will go lower, and the institutions will be interested in the adding the trades and go higher. So let's see if it will breaks or not. So no trades for me at the moment. Eurocat. Eurocat is hitting to this monthly supply zone after the strong uptrend, and I'm actually already in the short trade, and I'm looking to short it into this area. Why into this area? Why into the 1.53? Because I see a lot of trading here, a lot of orders in this area, and this is how where I believe that we will be potentially see the move down here. So there will be some obstacles with this demand zone, but if we hold the trade patiently, there is like 800 pips, and of course this will take some time, but I will potentially add more trades as well. So let's see, and if even it could go much lower, but I know that I will not become rich from the one trade, will not make me the millionaire, but so I just go, I will hold the trade where I believe it could go. Obviously it could go lower, but I'm not gonna do that. Euro pound, I had the trade, we entered somewhere here, and the market went lower, but this demand zone is making the obstacles to break it. So what I will do now, I will move we actually moved the stop loss to the positive area, and I'm waiting what's gonna happen now. I still believe that the euro will be very weak, and it takes some time, and but it can go up higher now. So I just locked the profit, and we'll see, potentially I will take the trade here, but I'm expecting the weak euro and weak pound, and this chart is just going the sideways. So I don't do nothing after this trade. I will not trade this chart for a while. I think this is not good decisions to trade the market which is not moving. Euro yen is was in the strong uptrend, and then after this accumulation it took us a bit higher, then it took out the stop losses of the sellers, and again created a new high, and they created new supply. While the market was going down, it hits into this demand zone, retested into this area where this bears was trading. You can see the volume, so they supported the price, and the price moved lower to the demand zone. Where is it actually reacting now? I was expecting market to rebound from here, and I was preparing this trade again into this area. So yeah, so here you can see that you can do analysis, which I did, but I didn't take a trade. And okay, the market is going up without me. However, as I said, I will be expecting the weak euro. So if the market comes into the region around 133 or 134, I believe that from here we could see another push lower. And I will be watching this carefully, and I will potentially take these trades. But right now, I don't take any trade. I believe it can comes up, still can come up higher, but I don't take the trade because the probability that it will come higher, there is a high, but where do I have to put stop loss? Now I'm expecting the market comes to 133, and we are now in the 1-3. So if I want to take this trade, I have to put my stop loss below this demand zone. That means that I will be actually taking the risk from the 1-3 to 1-7 and to 1-3. So it could be like this risk reward is not interesting for me. So I don't take any trade. However, I believe the market will come up before the proper drop on the euro will happen. Euro franc after this massive uptrend, I had actually pretty nice. It wasn't nice, but I had a loss in this this euro franc. Why I had it? Actually, because I'm as well trading with the robots, which I'm using for my scalping intraday strategies. And if you look to the franc, it was still going on the sideways. Yes. So I was thinking that okay, this market is not volatile. It was going like this sideways, maybe you on 3 or 4 years. Actually, from year 2015, the market wasn't moving anywhere. So it was great for the scalping in this like a range. You always knew that the market, and actually then the range was even smaller. Yeah. You always knew that the market will come back again, yeah. So I was doing a lot of scalping in this area, and yes, I was doing a lot of scalping with my robots in this area. It was working perfectly. I made a lot of money on it, and then I was thinking like, okay, this market is not volatile, and this is perfect for this trading. So good, okay, no problem. I never can get fucked up or whatever. And then what happened? Then happened this, and bam, and we going up constantly without no retracement, going up. So why I'm speaking about this? Not because I wanted to tell you about that I trade with the robots and that I had the loss. This is the thing that you can see that actually, you know what can happen? Anything can happen. Anything can happen on the markets without any previous warning or whatever. Anything can happen. So always we have to take the trades with the highest probability, with the stop losses, and we have to know our risk always. So we never can know if the market will go up or down. Actually, all this prediction which I'm doing, and I'm telling you now that it can happen, that I think it will happen, none of this would happen, because the market always have the right, and we can actually only be adding our edge in the trading. But what is the most important is our psychology and how we feel when we trade. So we can't gamble, and we just have to play this game, and we have to always know our risk. And if we have some edge, which we have proven and tested in the history, then we could be potentially profitable, and we could be participating on this forex market. And uh, here I had this, as I said before, I thought this market is not moving, it's not a volatile market, this can never happen. You can see that it can happen, and everything can happen whenever. So the market has always right, and we can take from that what we do for that. So yeah, so let's moving to another pair. It's euro kiwi. So we can see that this market is it's nothing to trade here. It's moving sideways. I don't have any signals for me, not any conclusion what it could do. So I don't do nothing here. I stay off. It's sometimes the best decision doing nothing. Pound Aussie is now breaking higher into this strong supply zone, and what do we see here? We see that we broke through this accumulation, which I believe will be very strong, because we can see nice volume which was traded here, and as well the departure from the accumulation with the strong candle. Now let me control if this candle appears in the other broker as well. You see it's not here. This is actually, guys, this is what you can see here. I'm actually comparing the volume of two brokers, because this is the special indicator which if I double click it open the volume from the Oanda broker. So I'm actually comparing the volume from the FXCM and the Oanda. The reason why is that is because you can see that there is some differences. So if there is something like that, and I don't see it in the both brokers, I don't put too much value on it. Actually, sometimes just this one volume cluster which tells you there was a strong volume, it makes the decisions. It completely changed the view of the market. So you can guess that there is a strong bulls, and it doesn't have to be like that. So I don't see that in the both brokers. So okay, I don't put too much value on it. However, there is a volume in this area, so I believe this level will be strong. And if this supply zone reject the price lower, then we have this demand zone. We have this strong volume accumulation where the bulls was coming in the game. We have a trend line as well. We have the moving average. I don't think this is like a supportive one as well, but however, there is enough confluences that we can see after this one another push higher. So let's see what's gonna happen. Pound cat is in the monthly and weekly supply nested zone. So I believe that the pound is getting the weaker, and this was one of the last push up as well on the pound USD, and I'm expecting the market to drop lower into this demand zone. So let's see how this will be played by the market makers, and I will be watching. I actually have already the trade opened, and I'm interested to see how this will be played. Pound yen, there is not much to trade as well. There is we have a downtrend, then push up from this previous demand on which worked here as well. Now we could the intraday traders, there was a nice signal today on the 4 hours from this demand zone boom, but for me nothing interesting to trade. I'm watching the charts and waiting for the more clear scenario. Pound kiwi is retesting this monthly supply zone, and I believe it will be possibly rejected, but I don't take the trade at the moment. However, we have a strong uptrend, and but I'm not gonna take a trade into the supply zone, and as well I'm not gonna be shorting again the uptrend. So there's no high probability on this trade for me on this pair, so I stay off.